Oh, it looks like we got some people back.
Good.
Looks like X is good. It continued the broadcast.
Oh, good.
So X is good. It's not going to be on YouTube and Facebook, but we're getting people back on right now. Sorry, guys. I'll tell everybody what happened. Come on, baby. See anybody on Facebook yet?
Nope.
There we go. All right, we got one on. Here we go. Here they come. Okay, everybody's coming back. Sorry, guys. What had happened? We had a critical failure for Wimkin and Rumble, and it quit the show. So I'm sorry about that. So I don't have all the comments. So if you had a comment or you wanted to call in, go ahead. We're gonna take off here in a few minutes. I didn't want to leave you guys. I'm sorry. So want to apologize to Johnny. Certainly wasn't yelling at you. I'm just passionate about this. Someone asked if I was a free speech absolutist. I'll answer that question. Hey, this is Matt.
Hey, Matt and Olivia, it's Mike. How are y'all?
What's up,
Hey.
Lynch? Hold on, let me answer that question, Lynch, and then I'll get you on. So someone asked if I'm a free speech absolutist. Yeah, I am. However, do you understand that everything in the Constitution of the United States, when it comes to the Bill of Rights specifically, but even up to the 27th Amendments, those are provisional based upon the federal government's influence over you. The state constitution also has parameters and rules that it has to follow that have not been codified into an amendment from 2/3 majority of the states. Freedom of speech also translates to the states, but it does not stop you from getting in trouble for the speech that you say for certain reasons. One of them would be a job. One of them would be a contractual situation where you aren't supposed to say those things. And legality can come in, and just as it can limit speech if it causes harm to other people, it can also, from a legal sense, impact your finances. It can impact your employment. It can impact your standing in a community, or if somebody wants to rent to you. So there are plenty of things that your speech are not protected by. So people need to understand, if somebody stands in the middle of the park and says fuck N-words to everybody. I don't mean to be graphic. I don't have a problem saying the N-word because it's a word and I don't give it power. But if somebody does that, and that's on YouTube, as a job, you can just say, nope, not going to hire that person. And your speech is not being violated. Individual rights are for everybody. And if your speech infringes upon the rights of the individual, your rights are subject to alteration. That is the way individualism works. This is the republic you live under. What you're saying is that we need collectivism, which is the majority rules, and whatever the forced opinion is in the favor of or dissatisfaction of what you say can be held against you, then now you might as well say we have democracy. If you are a Republican, if you are a conservative, you are a free speech absolutist. If you're not, you're in the wrong party. You want to go do something else, because that is the fundamental fucking concept of our party, folks. No, but Obama did, Austin. Austin, you like to fuck around, dude, but you don't like to get on. Why don't you call? I've seen you. I'm watching you, dude. I follow your stuff. You pretend. You're very pretentious. You ask questions you know the answer to, but Obama sure did. You want to bring up that case? You want to talk about how he weaponized the FCC? How he weaponized the IRS? Very funny how you leave that out, don't you? You like to pretend you're a moderate, but you have a lot of lefty pushing going on. And Murdoch isn't any friend to Trump. And if you think he is, you got another thing coming, because the billionaire class isn't too fond of Donald Trump now. They're not too fond. But I notice how you left out Obama. But you know what? To sit here and pretend that Biden's administration didn't have something to do with Tucker's removal when they literally did not have to sic the FCC on him, because the FCC does not mandate over cable broadcasting. They have a different set of rules. The FCC is for public access television, just like public radio, but they can't go ahead and go oversight on Sirius XM. That's why you can say fuck, shit, goddamn, cocksucker, motherfucker on cable, but you can't say it on public access. So Austin, I'm watching you. I don't know if you're sincere or not. I've been answering every one of your posts, and you know what? You chicken shit out on the post that I wrote. I gave you like 9 paragraphs and you didn't respond. That's chicken shit. So if you're going to engage with me and I'm going to sit there and actually take 15 minutes and write something out to you, I would expect you to answer me back. And if I've misconstrued it, you tell me. But I remember everybody. Mike Lynch, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Well, first and foremost, if Matt gave you any amount of paragraphs, you should definitely call in.
Yeah.
Because it's coming straight from the bottom of his heart, and he is giving you that time because he genuinely cares for you and wants to hear your opinion and also wants to talk to you.
Mike,
Mike
donated $12.34. Thank you. Keep
Mike
going.
Roch via snail mail.
Snail mail. Thank you so much.
It's another Mike.
Go ahead, buddy.
Thank you, Mike Roch. Yes, sir. So very briefly, I just wanted to bring up something on the Kimmel side of things. Here's my, not a problem, but maybe my thoughts. Comedy is what the night shows were supposed to be, the late shows. I never watched them. I didn't particularly find them being actually funny since I was a kid. It was always a grown-up stuff as a kid, and then it turned into leftist stuff when I went to college, and then it just, like, why would I partake in it? But I did watch several episodes of Kimmel, Colbert, you name them. And what I could see in his comments were disgusting to me personally, but what was most disgusting is where comedy has gotten to in our society. And I bring it all back 362. I wanted to hop on y'all's show because I was commenting inside of y'all's chat on Facebook or YouTube, having a good time. People seem to be having a good time around me. We were joking. I was able to crack them up, and then I hop on the show to say some funny stuff. But it was funny, and it came from a good spot for me, and that was enjoyable for me. Right?
Okay. Time out. Hold on to that thought. Yes, Austin said, I was genuinely curious, brother. All right, Austin. Once again, I even said, I said it coy, like you saw me point and I was smiling. I'm not saying negative. I don't know, dude. I've seen you traversing around Facebook, and you've challenged a few of my posts, which I don't mind, but it seemed like you were being disingenuous because the one I did respond to, the long one, you didn't reply to. And you're very specific in your question for someone who doesn't remember. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. I told you I may be wrong. All right, Mike. So go ahead. You were messing around in chat. You were doing comedy, and what happened?
Well, nothing really bad happened until some stuff that you and I have talked about on the side, right? Like weird shit started happening on my end of stuff that could or could not have been occurring due to my involvement in the show. Probably wasn't. Probably was just random stuff happening in my life, right? But watching what just occurred in our nation over the last 7 to 8 days, I've been completely just, you expected something different, and that's all I wanted to tell the rest of the world. Do you guys seriously understand the amount of pressure that Matt, Olivia, Amy, Leroy, any of their guests, Damani, any of them, even Fuentes that you were showing last night, and I don't even watch that guy. That was a great episode last night, Matt. I don't understand where comedy went and why comedy is now tied to politics and why now all comedic shows have become political. Why can't you have both? Comedy is funny. Funny is funny.
But Mike, it hasn't all of a sudden changed, dude. George Carlin was hilarious. Lewis Black was hilarious. He was political. It's not that. It's that comedy wasn't selective on who they took after. And now you have people like what's Burr's first name? I can't remember. Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr. One of my favorite people of all time. I can't fucking stand him now. He's turned into a panty waist little lefty. I can't stand it. Like,
It's so bad. Thank you for saying
keep
that.
your
He was my
politics.
favorite
Yes,
comedian.
keep your politics
What?
out of my football. Keep it out of my sports. Keep it. I don't want to hear it on my Sundays. I want to hear from God, and I want to hear from the pigskin, and I want to hear from the butyl rubber puck. I don't want to hear from these people like this. When I tune in, when Dave Chappelle talks, I want to hear some real stuff. That's why I listen to Dave Chappelle. I don't want it. So it's not that all of a sudden comedians started, being political. They've always been political. They just gave it to both sides, and they didn't preach and be a bunch. It wasn't a fucking sermon. I don't want to hear that stuff. Pardon my French.
Well, I don't think it needs to be a sermon at all, right? But I hope what I'm about to say is not considered a sermon, but I really do think a lot of people right now need to take a deep breath and then do some introspective searching of their soul to find out, who are you? What are you? What are you about? And who do you love and who do you support? That's it. And to me, it's family, friends, and people who love me back. That's it. I'm a flawed human being. Everybody's a flawed human being. Just move forward from that point. But I don't get the hatred that's going on out there. And I also don't understand why we live in a 24/7 news cycle that sits here and we're going to forget, unfortunately.
You don't need to teach Christians how to love, Mike. Mike, you don't need to teach Christians how to love. They know how to love.
That's good.
They have put their souls in front of something other than themselves, and they were crucified for it. Look at what they did with LGBTQ. They stood up against LGBT. It was actually LGB, lesbian, gays, and bisexuals. That's how it started off. It started in 1971 in Coors in Colorado, and they started off with a rainbow flag. And they came and they said, we just want to be happy. We don't want to force our opinions on you. We're not going to come out of our bedrooms. We're not going to go ahead and change your children. Just let us be happy and let us be free. And from that time in 1971, it took them about 40 years to get acceptance of what they were looking for. 2010, because Joe Biden, as he always does, opens up his fucking mouth. And Obama had to make it public policy. And the Democrats, who believed in family values, believed that marriage was between a man and woman, had to suddenly shift. And they railed against the LGBTQ community. They were absolutely horrendous. They were malicious. Republicans said marriage is between a man and a woman because of conception, family values, the Holy Trinity. And Democrats said, it's wrong. That's all Democrats used to say. Brother, Christians were accepting. We were told to accept, and look what we got. We were told abortion. Hey, it's going to be limited. It's going to be in emergency cases. 67 fucking million babies later, they took advantage of it. Christians know how to love. We are accepting. We've made accommodations. We've flexed as much as we can flex, and the fuckers bled us dry. And they changed it. They started putting Q in and SPIA, and they wanted to fucking gender affirm our children. They wanted to chemically castrate our children. They wanted to indoctrinate them. Tell them parents are bad. Tell them God is bad. Tell them America is bad. We've done love. It's time for us to stop the love and start saying no more. Drawing the line in the proverbial sand and saying, you have crossed that. You're not coming over it again. You can say what you want. You can believe what you want. But the moment you start dictating what I need to think, what I need to believe, what I need to love, what I need to accept in my hand, my heart, and my soul, those fucking days are over. I'm not yelling at you.
I understand. It's almost like becoming a zealot in the Bible to some extent. There have to be zealots. And
we're not the ones that are zealots, Mike.
Oh, I agree. And I'm not calling for anyone to do anything of stupidity. First and foremost, stupidity being of anything of violence. I'm calling for people to sit here and say, what was told to me as a kid, which is if you give somebody an inch, they're going to take a foot, and they're eventually going to hang you with it. That is occurring today. And a man just died who is a year younger than me.
That's right.
You understand, I'm 32. Mr. Kirk was 31.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that video one time and I was revolting. I got my haircut today. I was telling my barber, I said, look, I used to grow up watching guys go to war in Afghanistan and Iraq because my uncle was over there, and GoPros were becoming a big thing, and YouTube was becoming big back in 07, 08. And all I wanted to do was just see people get blown up. And then my parents one day, they pulled me aside and they're like, hey, that's not a video game. That's real life. Somebody just died. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're against us or for us. That's a human life. It shouldn't be on video for you to see. You're not in the military, Michael. Get away from that. I understand exactly what the hell they're talking about. That was tragic. It was disgusting. And it is piss poor for America to sit here and allow a political stance to take hold of a left or a right side of a situation where a man, a husband, a father lost his life, regardless of if you agreed with him or not. I'm not trying to be the record on repeat.
But Mikey, that doesn't matter. Mike, he wasn't killed for what he said. He was killed for what he didn't say. Don't you understand? Conform or die. That's what these people believe. Accept us, celebrate us, or we'll fucking kill you. This is the evil part. This is the demonstrable. This is the deplorable. There is no quarter here with these people. I'm not talking about Democrats and liberals, bro. There is a side of evil here. They killed him because what he would not say. They would not agree. He would not conform. He would not accept to abandon his values. He's not a bigot. He believes in God. He believes in love. He believes in family. He believes in the country. And he would not take a knee. They could not beat him in debate, so they ripped his fucking throat out so he could never speak again. There is a very, very big difference between somebody who is being ideologically entrenched. That's not what he was. He listened to people. He accepted them for their flaws, but he would not give up his own integrity to appease other people. I got another call, Mikey. Hold on a second.
May I finish with one thing?
Yeah, let me just hold this. Hold on. Let me hold and talk to this person. Hey, caller, hold. I got Mike on the other line. I'm coming back into you in 1 minute. All right, Mikey, go.
All right. What I wanted to just finish off with statement is, guys, if you are ever afraid to call into a TV show, podcast, whatever it may be, just a call. Camera aside, doesn't matter. No compliments. You're being asked for. Jen, thank you for being nice earlier. Matt, that was a great comeback. We'll say.
No
but
problem.
if you're worried about calling in, imagine what Charlie did. He didn't call in. He created a platform for everyone. And he destroyed a lot of stupid people. And I'm a stupid person. I don't know if I could take a beating like I've seen Charlie lay down. Regardless of agreeing with him or not. You become a better person by calling in. You do. And you make the world better. Because now you're the person who had the courage to do what the rest of us were afraid to do. And I would urge every single person, and I am so happy, Matt and Olivia, that you guys have had so many phenomenal calls over these last 2 weeks. I've been able to just, follow in and watch the show.
It's been amazing.
It's been so good. And that's what I wanted to just leave everybody with. I hope you guys are doing great, you and the family.
Mike,
thank you for
the one thing that I add is that I want people to call in to Liv more, because she has such amazing insight, and we've got to unlock it. Because she doesn't share it as much, but she sits here and lets me take a lot of the heavy, and I need to do a better job of sharing. But I'm telling you, you need to listen to her too, because she's very, very astute, and she does it in a way that is the best way to describe it is if you listen to Melania Trump, Olivia makes sense like that. Melania has a way of describing it that is just very easy to understand, and it's not complicated, but it's passionate and it's correct. So if you're going to call into my show, start asking Olivia too, because I tend to steal the oxygen in a room. All right, I got to let you go, Mikey. I'll talk to you soon.
The other call left.
Love you guys.
All right,
Bye,
ditto,
Mikey.
ditto. All right, I got to call this other caller too. They were so patient. And then we're going to go. Let's see.
Had to be that one.
Okay. Yeah, Olivia's amazing. This woman.
Hello?
Hey, Robert, go ahead. This is Matt and Olivia. I'm sorry we got off the phone with you, man. We had a little bit of a longer call.
Oh, that's all right. Right.
Go ahead.
I figured that you're pretty busy lately. I'm 70 years old,
Yes, sir.
and my father's best friend while I was growing up. I grew up in Alabama. Spent my time in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So did my brothers and my sister. and my dad was in the Navy. My uncle was buried at sea off Okinawa. He's my dad's older brother, and his younger brother was killed in Vietnam.
Wow. Marine Corps in
But
Okinawa? Marine Corps?
no, he was Navy.
He's
He
Navy
was
too.
the admiral's. He was admiral's boatswain mate on his admiral's
Okay. Go ahead.
rig. So anyhow, my dad's best friend was Bob Calvert, Channel 13 News in Birmingham.
Yep.
My dad was an aeronautical engineer, working at NASA in the days, and I was in the third grade when JFK got shot.
Okay.
And I was actually looking out the window when the news come my third grade window. I can tell you exactly where I was standing when I heard it.
Yeah.
I was there because Bob was like a brother to my dad. Bob filled me in on Alabama news and politics while I was growing up. And so I have he did the race riots in Birmingham after Martin Luther King got killed. Watched Birmingham burn, and he went to tell the news that night about what he saw, and his boss come to him and says, "This is what you're going to say happened out there." He said, "But that's not what happened." And they said, "If you don't say it, we're going to fire you." And Bob said, "You don't have to worry about it. I quit." He walked off.
Yep.
He walked off the job. Bob's like my second father. My dad had a bunch of good friends, and they're all like fathers to me. Several of them didn't have children themselves, so I was like their son. They treated me that way. Anyhow, my saying is, I watched this country go through hell since the Democrats, were in charge of a lot of it. I watched the Democrats break this country down and destroy it piece by piece. And I knew George Wallace personally. I actually met him through Bob.
Wow.
And Bob was assigned to George Wallace when George Wallace was sitting in the university, and when he's sitting at in Alabama and told the young lady that she couldn't come on the campus.
Right.
Well, a lot of people did not know, which Bob wanted to tell, was the KKK had called Bob George Wallace earlier that day or the night before and told him, if you don't stand against this, we will blow the University of Alabama off the map. They'd already bombed the church in Birmingham at the time.
Birmingham,
and
Alabama.
and George stood up because he was afraid the university was going to get, and a lot of people will call me a liar, but I know I was there. I was part of this. And they told he did that in order for the federal government to come in and say, you will take her. And he said, I done everything I could to stop them from coming on. He actually had the Alabama National Guard standing there. The only problem was there were a lot of members in the Alabama National Guard at that time who were active KKK members too.
So are you trying to say George Wallace wasn't empathetic to the Klan, that he was forced to do the things that he did?
He was afraid if he didn't, they would start blowing the buildings up on the University of Alabama. That's not news that you hear on the news media. They never reported anything like that.
No,
but
you're right.
Bob was there, and Bob was no liar. And anybody wants to call him a liar, they'd have to answer me face to face. That's all I got to say. They may kick my butt, but they're going to have to kick my butt. Because Bob, when he walked off the job, come to my daddy's house that following weekend, our house rather, and told Daddy what he'd done because they were, like I said, they were like brothers. And so anyhow, you don't get the full story out of it and never will get the full story out of the media. They lie through their teeth to direct us in the way they want to. And Bob told me that weekend after he quit his job, he says, the news media is going to tell you a piece of truth and they're going to twist it to what they want you to believe, but it's not necessarily the truth. And he had suspicions about JFK's shooting and Martin Luther King and all of that, all the way through that. But he was a patriot. He'd served in the Air Force himself. He was an amazing man. And I wish I was half the man he was, to tell you the truth.
And that's Bobby Calvert you're talking about, not George Wallace, right?
No, Bob Calvert, yes.
Yeah.
No, George Wallace was a politician.
George Wallace,
there's no doubt about
George
it.
Wallace was a fucking racist, dude. So
not when I saw him.
I respect that, but I don't
You
go.
know,
I
not
don't go.
when I met him.
Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. 1963.
Well, I understand that. I know that.
All right,
I know
well-
that
well, then
because I went through the changes. I didn't realize that blacks weren't allowed in our schools. I did not know that.
I understand. I just want to get away.
When they came into our schools, I had no problem with them. I got several. I mean, many of them were my friends. And to tell you the truth, some of the rednecks I grew up with, I grew up in the mountains of North Alabama, in Marshall County, and some of the rednecks I grew up with, I'd rather go and sit at the table with my black friends and eat, and I have and had done that, and then go in the house of the rednecks that I knew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Now, listen, I want to make sure I'm very, very clear. After the assassination attempt of Wallace, and when he became paralyzed, he softened his stance. He changed with the times, and he became a politician. We know that, but he was an inherent,
he's always been a politician.
he was an inherent racist, and just like Strom Thurmond and just like Byrd, they were all he
grew up in Midway, Alabama. A lot of if Midway's a little bitty town, was a little bitty town. I mean, you have to drive off from going between you follow Montgomery up there. You got to drive a little bit north of the main highway. I guess the main highway went through there at one time, but and I probably, when I was a small child, had been through there. I just don't remember it. But anyhow,
real quick, Robert. So
I'll leave you alone.
No, don't leave me alone. I have a question. Bob Calvert, he died in 2005, 2006, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, same
yes,
one.
Sir.
Same one. Listen, my condolences for that, and I don't have any.
Well, he had a great life. I mean, he had a great life. I mean, I know where he's at. I'm gonna meet him again one day. That's all I gotta say. My dad will be.
I'm sure he would. And I'm not challenging your story in any way, shape, or form. I believe that the Klan was very influential. Just literally what?
Yeah, it was.
Hold on, Robert. Less than 7 years earlier, they were in Chicago, and we know 700,000 strong, and with the Democratic Party, we know that they had massive influence. A lot of the Guard, a lot of the politicians. I'm with you. However, I just wanted to make sure I understand is that I've studied Wallace. 1963 is one of the most studied years that I have ever. Kennedy is my thing. I absolutely am enamored with
I understand. I know. I remember it quite well. See, my daddy worked on the Saturn V rocket. He was an aeronautical engineer.
Was he Martin Marietta?
And,
where was he in Alabama? You said
he
NASA.
was with Chrysler. He was with Chrysler at that time, and he worked with Chrysler.
Got it. Okay.
His name was. If you want to look him up, his name is Ellison Earl Marlin.
Okay.
That's my father.
Got it.
And he's pretty amazing man.
I'll look it up, and can you do me a favor? Can we talk about it sometime? Call in, and I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but all I want to say is when Charlie got killed, I don't care what anybody says. Charlie got killed because he stood up for his faith.
That's right.
I've been on campus back in the 80s. I went to Mississippi State, got my degree in forestry. And I got persecuted for my belief in Christ because I would share the gospel with everybody I could get a moment to spend time with, because just the way, because I felt called to do so.
Yeah.
And I got persecuted. I got told if I didn't shut up, I'd never be a forester. And I told them, I guess I'll never be a forester. Well, I served 37 years as a Corps of Engineers as a forester for Southeast Alabama. Alabama, I worked in Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and Tennessee doing forestry sales for the Corps of Engineers for 30-something years. I told them if I had to quit talking about Christ and telling them how His grace.
I'm still here. Hello.
I would rather lose my love for forestry. I'd rather give up forestry, and so be it. And
right.
I retired about 2 years ago, and if I could have physically kept doing it, I would have stayed out there because I love forestry.
Robert, God bless, dude. I got to let you go. I appreciate the call, man. Very,
got
very
you.
much.
I just want you. I want you to know that there's a lot. Do not believe.
Robert, I got to go, buddy. Buddy, I got to go. I got to get my wife to bed.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Sorry, had to do it. I got to take this. Liv, you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Say goodbye to everybody, unless you want to stay and finish this real quick. Got to call people back. Sorry about that, Robert. You got to keep moving, bud. Hey, I tried to answer and put you on hold. Not sure who I'm talking to, but if you wanted to have a chance to finish out the night, you can.
It's on. No.
You just called back again? What's up, man?
Yeah.
Go ahead. John?
I hear what you're saying and stuff like that, and
John, is this John we talked to a second ago?
yeah.
Did you call back in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what did you want to say, man? Go ahead. You got a minute or two. We're just trying to wrap it up for the night. A lot of people are calling in. Go ahead.
Yeah. I understand. From what he was saying of the southern part, and we're long-winded. Yeah.
No, it's not long-winded. It's 10 o'clock at night, and like we got to go. That's all. We're just trying to finish up calls, and you called in. I didn't recognize the number again, so I was just calling in. I'm long-winded too. It's just it's 10 o'clock at night, and I got to get my wife to bed. She's got to go to work tomorrow. So that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bud.
I would just say this, man. Till next time and next segment and whatnot. Huh.
Listen, man, no problem, man.
I love you all. I really do.
We love you too, buddy, and we appreciate you calling in. We love it when you call in, so don't stop. Don't feel like you bothered us. You don't bother us. Just call. We just didn't recognize the number, and I figured I'd call you back. So God bless, Bubba, and thanks for calling in tonight, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Love
Talk to you
guys.
soon. All right,
I really do.
Love you too, man. Love you too. Take it easy. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. All right, listen, everybody. Appreciate it. Liv, what do you have?
Prayer warriors out there, pray for Sandy Season. She just had to put her 14-year-old kitty to sleep today.
Oh,
so,
crap.
but
Sandy,
she
I'm
just
so
needs
sorry.
some good thoughts, good vibes, and some comfort her way, please.
Listen, let me say, first of all, Sandy, we love you. I want everyone to listen to me. I want John to listen to me. I want Robert to listen to me. I want everybody. You're never bothering us. I'm not trying to get off the phone with you because you're boring. I'm not trying to get off the phone with you. It's because we overdrive $20 and every hour costs us a lot. And sometimes we have to cut it off because this young lady right here has to wake up and go to work and do it all day tomorrow and then be back on tomorrow for you. And then I got to be up at 06 and I got to get my run in and I got to get my workout in. So there are times when we just be transparent with you, when we stay another hour and we don't overdrive, we actually lose any benefit that we had and we got to pull back. So there are some times where we're trying to get off the phone, not because we don't love you, not because we don't want to do this all night, but if we don't overdrive, it costs too much. It's a lot to stream to 8 different places. The consumption of internet that we use is a lot because we don't have sponsors who pay for all this. In fact, we just lost our sponsor for $2,000 that we had a month because they're going through some tough times, and we're still doing the same type of stuff for them because we love them and care about them. So when you see that number at 320, you got to go, okay, $20 for an hour's worth of work. Could you afford to do $20 an hour's work? No. There are 2 people here. We got kids here. We got family here. So there's times where we're going to get off, and it doesn't mean we don't want to talk to you. But we got to help pay the time that we're on because you're our sponsorships. You're the people who help us. So we're not upset with that. We're not saying we already overdrove for an hour, and we don't want anything else. But there's got to be a limit to that because I will stay on until 11 o'clock because I don't want to disappoint people. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? So don't get offended or upset and think that you didn't do a good job on the phone. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You did fine. I'm just trying to move people forward so we can get off and do this again tomorrow. Liv, does that make sense? What am I missing here? Did I say that all fucked up because I'm tired? Okay. Do you want to bring us out? Next week. Damani.
Oh, Damani. Sorry, I didn't schedule him, so I'm like, he's not on the calendar. On my calendar, I didn't put him in.
All right, so
I don't know what day he's gonna be here.
All right, let's just do this quickly. I want to thank Michelle. She did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy
Mm-hmm.
called in.
Susie
called in. Mike called in. Robert called in. Johnny called in. Who did I miss? I think there was some other. I can't remember.
I don't know. And we will talk about Virginia tomorrow because some people wanted to know what
we
that
got
was.
a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, this just happens, guys. I would love to run 2-3 hour shows. We just need to get there. But yeah, Virginia.
Crazy
talk about
stuff.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Talk about some other stuff tomorrow. All right. That's fair enough for me. Folks, thanks so much. If you have a chance and you have not, and you're like, hey, you know what? I like the show. I've listened to the show now for a couple weeks, couple months, couple days, couple hours, whatever it is. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to cancel my Disney, or I'm going to cancel my Hulu, or I'm not going to get that extra large coffee. You go to thedumbshow.com/donate and you can help the show out. Doesn't matter. You can leave $1, you can leave $5, $100. It doesn't matter. You can use Apple Pay now. You can use your credit card. You can use your debit card. You can use PayPal. You can use Venmo. You can even write us a check if you want to. It doesn't matter. Everything helps, and it helps pay for the show. You know what I love is when we get off the line and I still see some donations come in, because it makes us feel like, hey, people are watching even when we're not live. So if you are watching this recorded, see if you can help out. Appreciate you guys. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. God bless.
Night,
Have a
y'all.
wonderful-
What?
Loretta, we're doing the best we can. We love you. We appreciate the feedback. She says, no, you have topics to discuss, answer questions, then take calls, all in moderation.
Maybe what we do, since calls are becoming more consistent, is
Yeah.
maybe the first hour we do our topics and the second hour is dedicated to phone calls.
We usually do that pretty much, but the reason why we couldn't tonight is we had an
guest.
interview.
Mm-hmm.
So the interview
So
was too good. So like
maybe we
should just be happy with what we got. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's one of those things where it's like church. You're like, every day is not the day where you like literally want to, you feel baptized by the fire of, or the cleansing waters of Lake Minnetonka, and other Sundays it's great. Well, maybe the show is like, today was really good and we should be happy for what we got. Maybe that's what we should do. That's me telling you we should be happy with what we got and be excited about it. And then tomorrow will be a new day, and maybe you'll get what you want tomorrow, because not everybody gets a trophy. What do you think about
Plus,
that?
you got to look at this for 3 hours.
Yeah, you get to look at her. I mean, look at this, dude. I have to sit next to this, knowing that what could be going on in the next room. All right. I really appreciate you guys. 2 in critical condition. Where? 3 police officers killed in an ambush.
Where at?
Do you guys remember this happened in 2018?
Where?
I don't know where it's at. 2018 it happened.
Pennsylvania, somewhere.
Again? Or is it the
No,
same one
this
that
is
happened last night?
This is the one that they were just talking about. That's in Pennsylvania.
But do you guys remember this, when it was like the year they got those Dallas police officers? So that was it was during BLM, and it was
2016. We were in Bakersfield still. I think it was 2016.
it's later than that, because George Floyd. I don't know. I'm tired and I can't remember, but there was a lot of it. I want to say it was 2019, 2018, somewhere around there.
Dallas police officers definitely. We were in California.
But that was BLM. But
Mhm.
BLM didn't do it, but it was a BLM march.
Yes.
So that's right, because then they continued. Okay,
Mhm.
so
And then
that's
George Floyd happened when
that
we
was
were
the
in
year,
Texas.
and now here we go again.
Or was it here? I don't even know.
Loretta says, you will get a trophy tomorrow, a pic of me. Stop teasing me, Loretta. You're killing me. Matt and Olivia went and looked. What do we go look at?
Where? What?
I don't know. I get
Where?
confused.
Where does it say that?
Love you much, my Texas wifey. What the
They might be talking to somebody else.
Mike, what are you doing hitting on women in the chat? Knock it off. Leave Jen alone. Are you hitting on McCarver?
George Floyd was 2021, so we were here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was
But
the summer
Dallas
of love.
police officers was in big.
That was different. Honey, are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive because I remember sitting on the couch watching it,
I do too.
and we were sitting on.
I'm
the,
tired. I just need to
We
connect
were
the
sitting
dots.
on the brown couch in Bakersfield.
We're leaving. We got to go.
Yes.
It's every second. We'll talk to you guys soon. God bless. We'll see you later. Better be a foot photo, otherwise throw it in the trash. Okay, I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.
Night,
See you
y'all.
tomorrow. Bye. Have fun.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show.
Okay. Well, you guys work it out amongst yourself. Have fun.
Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.